Hey guys, this is Rooks, and welcome back to the Film Scene, a podcast for filmmakers and actors. So today I have a very special guest with me, Alexandra. Alexandra, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Alexandra. I'm from Melbourne, Australia, and I'm new to the entertainment industry.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. So I wanted to ask you a few questions like regarding the very start of your journey. Tell me one thing in your childhood or probably recently that actually inspired you to become an actor.
I was in London at a book signing event, and I've met this actor, Eric Gilmert,
Mm.
and basically back in May, I got a cameo from him stating a inspiring message, and it got me into to say yes to a production. So because of that, I really say a big thank you to Eric for that one because he inspired me to do that.
That's amazing. That's really amazing. So, what was this cameo? What was this role?
So cameo is like a message to the from actors, and then they tell you
Oh.
inspirational messages. So I got a birthday message, and it really was an inspirational message that you never should regret things in life. So
Hmm.
that's when I decided to go for the production.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's really cool. It feels so good to have someone inspire you, someone motivate you. So that's pretty cool. So, you said you're new to the industry. So, what stuff have you done before?
So basically, I been an audience member on a few sitcoms
Hmm.
and an audience member on a few talk shows in America,
Oh,
and
that's
that was a great, yeah, that was a great experience. But this was the real production where I actually got to actually walk and actually be in scenes.
so. What was your role on this production?
So basically, I had a membership with this streaming service
Hmm.
where we could see behind the scenes on how things are filmed and be part of the actual production as an extra. So I had to be in three scenes, and yeah, so I got to experience that.
That's actually pretty cool. Yeah, and you said like you were a part of some audience for like live sh sitcoms. So how is that like? I'm always curious like how things work behind the scene on these live audience sitcoms. So how is that experience like? Like how did it go?
So yeah, so I was went to LA and I actually got free audience tickets for two sitcoms that were CBS Studios. So that was Last Man Standing and Men with a Plan. That was a great experience to see how the sitcoms do film. So basically, the first three seating rows they're for the actors and crews families, but row four and onwards are for the students members.
Mhm.
So basically, when the sitcom says live through a studio audience, it's actually live. It's not a canned laughter. So we got to sit down and see it, and then you could really see how the set is really fake at that time. So yeah, you can actually see it, and
Uh,
then the actors came out, and so yeah, so Last Man Standing was with Tim Allen, so I got to
mhm.
see Tim Allen live,
Oh,
and Man with a Plan was with Friends is Matthew LeBlanc who played Joey.
yeah, yeah.
So that was a great experience to see how they do the
Mhm.
comedy act. So
Yeah.
that was
So do they like actually interact with the audience like during the shots, up like between the shots, not during, sorry.
Tim Allen did at the end when everyone filmed. I finished filming. He came up and said, "Because you've been a loyal fan base for this many years, I'm going to shout you all free pizza." So that was
Oh,
a experience to see that.
oh, that's amazing. Yeah. That's really cool. Like, I love it when like actors actually appreciate their fans because, yeah, basically, as an actor, one thing I know is like fans are what actually make you a great actor. It's like up to them to make you popular. So when actors reciprocate that stuff, it's pretty cool. So that's like a very exciting experience. So I'm pretty sure like that really did motivate you to like do more of film and stuff.
Yes, it did. So I went on 2 years later to New York, and I actually got onto The View. So there were two guests. That was Megan Mullally from Will and Grace and
Mhm,
her husband, Nick Offerman. So
mhm.
they were guests. So they would told us during the commercial break, you're allowed to take photos of the studio and the panelists, but
Mhm.
not with your phone, with a digital camera. So
Oh,
I actually got a real good photo of Whoopi Goldberg.
oh,
So yeah,
nice.
yeah, that was amazing.
Yeah.
But during the filming, someone's phone went off, and they actually
Oh,
had to stop filming and
oh my God.
say, turn off your phone because it's actually live. It's not pre-recorded. It's live and going on the TV at that
Oh, yeah,
time.
that must be, yeah, I get it. It's like frustrating. So every time like I'm on the set, I just switch off my phone, or like if it's not necessary, I don't like bring it along with me. Because yeah, it's like I mean, with even with like scripted filming, and if it's not live, it's still frustrating when a shot is interrupted. So I can only
Of
imagine like
course.
what happened when it was like actually live. Yeah, I think, yeah, it can be like really awkward, but oh well. Yeah, no, I think that's really great. So after that, have you done like any short films or anything? You said you did a lot of extra work. So yeah, did you
Yes.
do?
So that was the then following year I did the Passionflix project that I got onto. It was called Beauty from Pain. It was filmed in Brisbane, Australia,
Ah,
and this was the first time ever the streaming service was coming to Australia. So it was a real honor to be part of that.
yeah.
Um, so so basically, yeah. So it was filmed in a theater. So I didn't realize that they don't have a set location. So it was filmed all in
Ah,
that theater. And yeah, so this was the second last filming for the production. So they were just filling in the extra work. From what I was told, there were 20 extras on set
oh,
during the scene. So
mhm.
it was like everyone was like, "We need to get this scene done." But yeah, because it filming took extra time, we didn't get out until 8:30 at night. So it was a really
Oh,
long day.
yeah, that
But
happens a
yeah,
lot, doesn't it?
and then the next day they actually wrapped up filming. So they
Oh.
yeah. So pretty much we were on the second last shoot of the film.
That's nice. And yeah, like when we are filming and stuff like that, a lot of things happen during the filming that actually extends the day. Sometimes it's just like very quick. Sometimes like I have had this experience with one of my short films. Like I planned a 4 hour shoot and then it got over in like 2.5. I'm like, oh wow, this is like crazy. But yeah, so it must be like exhausting, especially like between so many takes and so many gaps, isn't it?
Yeah, it is because I actually had to call my work telling them I couldn't leave because they told me I couldn't leave the shot because I was already in the back in the scene. So it
Yeah.
would look really weird if I disappeared. So actually had to call in while I was doing my hair and makeup, and they actually recover like had the shift available for someone else. So I was really happy that that was the case because I couldn't leave.
Yeah, no, I get that. It's all about continuity. Like even in the
Yeah,
background, there's like very tiny details that generally sometimes like are very important because I've seen some films where you're like, oh, what's happening with that? Like this shouldn't be here. Like I know there's one like a big coffee cup controversy with Game of Thrones. Like someone had a
of course.
Starbucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's like one of the biggest things. So it's like, yeah, continuity is like very important with extras and stuff, and you have to do like keep doing the exact same thing, which is hard, but it's also fun. It's fun part of the challenge. Yeah, so like you have done a lot of creative stuff. So out of these, all these memories, moments, if there was one you could relive, like you got another chance to do it all over again, which one would it be?
So I would love to do the Beauty from Pain again, but
Mm,
to have a bigger, maybe have a multiple scenes in it.
mm,
And maybe if I was offered to have a dialogue that I would like to speak in it, because we're
mm.
all Australian actors, so it's not like we're American. So the accent is really authentic. So what I
Yeah.
would like if I got offered that, would love to be part of that.
Yeah, no, that's amazing. Yeah, I mean, like sometimes when you're an extra, you always wish like, oh, I wish I could do more. But being an extra is one of a kind experience. Like, you get to learn a lot of stuff. Like that's how I learned a lot about sets and stuff. But yeah, and then you're like, yeah, maybe I could do this role. And it's like, yeah, I love that challenge. So, yeah. So that actually brings me to my next question is what is your dream role? Like it has like it should it can't be like something that already exists, something that you would like to write for yourself. Maybe if that was the case, what would it be?
I would love to play a villain. So
Oh,
any type of villain. So
yeah.
something different because I'm the nice girl. I've never been a villain type. So I would love to play a villain if I was able to. I got the hair for it. So
Oh,
but yeah, I would love to play a villain if I was able if I got offered.
yeah, I think like that's my opinion too. Like because villains are like very emotionally complex characters, especially with the ones who have like a really traumatic backstory, and then there's just like layers and layers. Like sometimes
Of course.
they're like pretty okay in the beginning, and then there's that descent into madness, but in a very villainous style. So it's like as an actor, it's a very good challenge. So like I know there's some people in the industry who are known for playing like legendary villains. So yeah, it's like yeah, villains are like from an actor's perspective, playing a villain is like a good challenge. And I think like I don't know if I should say this, but it's like my dream to be like one of the most legendary villains in films. But yeah, villains are a good challenge. So yeah, any favorite villain? Just
So honestly, there is, but they're from TV, and I don't know if you know Married at First Sight.
not
Um,
really.
so basically, I get my inspiration from them because the producers actually make the villain up with the words that they state. So
Mhm.
basically, a villain can be someone who throws a drink in someone's face. So
Yeah.
it's a basic, action that becomes a villain kind of way. So you don't need to, do something. It's just maybe just a specific action that
Yeah.
becomes a villain.
Yeah, yeah, I think like I don't know where I heard it, but I think there's someone who talked about a villain who was known for splashing drinks into people's face, or was it within a show or something? But I do remember something. I'm not 100% sure where I heard it, but yeah, I think like every villain has, I think, their specific special style and stuff like that. I think one of my favorite villains is obviously Joker, and I think after Joker. I kind of like Cruella. I mean, a lot of people might not agree that she is a villain and stuff like that, but I think like that's a evil character, like evilish character, I'd say. But again, yeah. So villains are like a great challenge. So yeah. So with the creative industry, what is one thing that you would like to see change in the next 10 years in this industry?
So basically, I think more productions in Australia because at the moment we're very limited down here and New Zealand because
Yeah.
we can work in New Zealand as well. So, but yeah, there isn't a lot of productions down here, and if they are, they're either in Sydney or the Gold Coast. Not a lot in the other states as well.
Yeah, so I heard like there's still something happening in Melbourne. How is like the industry scene in Melbourne?
It's very limited because one a lot of it is for main leads, not for supporting or background extra. And a
Mhm.
lot of the extras are in the Gold Coast or Sydney because the studios are in Sydney.
Fair enough. Yeah. So you're like looking for more supporting and extras at the moment, or?
Yes, that's the goal at the moment.
Yeah, no, that's like that's actually a really good way to learn, more about the industry and stuff like that. Have you done like any formal courses or anything, or it just like
At the moment, no, but I've been getting offers even with no formal training, so
Mhm.
that's a great experience.
Yeah,
But yeah, I'm still setting up things, and yeah, so
I
just
mean that's
learning.
talent, isn't it? Yes,
Yes.
that's no, that's actually good. Like you're getting more experience, and I do believe like with acting, the more experience you get, the better actor you become. Sometimes it's like some courses are good for learning, but sometimes it's like more. I believe in more like practical on-set experience is like a better way of learning. Yeah. So other than acting, is there any other aspect of the industry that you like or would like to be a part of, like? Production crew, director, producer, something like that?
I would love to go behind the scenes with the production team and see how how scripts are made and how everything gets made before they cast actors and actresses. But yeah, that's something also could go down the road if I don't like the acting part of it.
Yeah, so like more like pre-production stuff and everything like that. Yeah, it is pretty exciting. So yeah, like when I wrote postscript, I was like working on it, and then when it actually happened, we filmed it, and when I saw the final product, I was like, oh, it looks so good. And every time we had a specific scene, my head always went back to some of the pre-production moments. So it's like a fun thing to relive, you know. So yeah, so that's actually pretty cool. And I had one more question for you is how would you like to be remembered in the industry or in your field, in your creative area, basically?
I would be remembered for just trying to try new things, just learn. That's all, what you can do. You're still starting. So
Yeah.
trying to, get more knowledge and experience.
Yeah, no, that's yeah, I think that's really good. Like, yeah, the more you do, the more you learn, and like looking back, you'll always feel like, oh, this might not have been the biggest opportunity of my life, but this was what actually gave me the start, and this is what taught me how to do stuff. So, yeah, so just like basically picking up every opportunity to learn and getting involved as much as possible. So, do you have any upcoming projects you'd like to share?
Yes, so basically, I just finished filming a TV pilot a couple of weeks ago. That was filmed in Melbourne. So at the moment, they're still shopping around the networks and seeing who's going to buy it. But it's a comedy and it's very exciting.
Yeah, no, yeah, I would love to see it come to life. It sounds exciting. It's like, yeah, a sitcom pilot. I know like the pitching process can be a bit tricky, but I would love to see the final product. Yeah. So no, it was like really nice chatting to you and learning about your experiences and stuff. So before I go, I have a challenge for you. It's a very tiny little challenge. So the challenge is you are gonna make a headline, a newspaper headline about your life in 10 years. So, you know, when in the interviews they ask, where do you see yourself in 10 years? So it's similar thing, but you're just gonna make a quirky newspaper headline. So over to you.
So I would say Alex trying to balance two careers in a way.
Fair enough. So what's the other one?
So my other career is I work with children. So 5 days a week as before and after school care. So
Yeah.
that takes half my time up. So it's trying to balance between having time off so I can do the productions as well.
Hmm.
So that's where it's just a balancing act at
Yeah, no,
times.
that's pretty interesting. Yeah, well, if I had to choose one for myself, it would probably be um Rucha Goes Mad, believes she's an actual superhero because I'm like obsessed with superhero films and like I think like there's a point where I'll if I do too many films, I'll actually start believing I can fly. So yeah, I think that's probably my headline, I guess. Hopefully not, but yeah. So no, yeah, thank you so much. It was really nice having you. And yeah, thanks for sharing your experiences. And thank you guys for watching. And I'll see you in the next episode. Till then, ta-da!
Thank you. Bye.